Hello there. Hey, hey. All right, I'm going to share this in my group. Hey, Kelly, how are you? Let me share this really quick. How is everybody doing? There we go. Post-its. Share it to my page really quick. Okay, done. All right, so welcome. Hello. It's Kendra here with KendraKWoods.com. And I need to set my computer down. All right. Let's see. I feel like I need to lower this a little bit. There we go. How's everybody doing? All right. So I have a confession to make before I start moving forward with this Facebook Live. I'm going to get off of my Wi-Fi too, so give me 1 second. My computer data does a little bit better than my Wi-Fi here at the house. So I have a confession to make. So today, so I've decided to do Facebook Lives every day, Monday through Friday at 3 o'clock, right? And that's been something that I have been resisting for a very, very, very long time. I've wanted to do consistent Facebook Lives at the same time every day, because I love doing them, number one. And number two, to just engage with my audience, to engage with you all, to share value. And I have been putting it off for so long, where I've been putting off like really committing to doing a Facebook Live, you know, through the week, Monday through Friday at a certain time, because I've been so afraid that what if I don't make the time, right? Or what if I'm late? Or, oh, that feels like I'm, you know, putting myself in a box by doing that. And so I finally got over myself and realized that, you know, hey, I get to make my own rules. I get to make my own rules. You know, if I'm late, then I can just post, hey, I'm going to be late. Or, you know, if it can't happen that day for whatever reason, then it can't happen that day and I can communicate that. But I was getting in my way so much with, you know, committing to doing this and actually putting it out there that, hey, I'm going to be live at a certain time, because then that means I have to do it, right? And so it means I'm holding myself accountable. And I'm just bringing this up right now because I know that it may not be a Facebook Live for you. It could be something else in your life that you know that you want to do, or you feel like that you want to do it in your heart, but you haven't really made the decision to actually do it because you are, you know, because you have some fear around it, or you're scared about it, or, you know, you feel like that it may be boxing you in, whatever that is. So I invite you just to look at that and get really honest with it, and recognize too that you get to create your own rules, right? You can still do the thing that you really want to do, and, you know, face into it, and you can make your rules up along the way. It doesn't have to be absolutely perfect. The important thing is to just get out there and start doing the thing, right? So, okay. So moving into what I want to talk about today. And I titled this, you know, I'm 37, so I'll put that in there. I'm 37 years old. I should be further along by now, right? That is a thought that I know many of you women out there have, because it's a thought that I have had. And it may not go through your mind like I'm saying it. It could come up to you as just being frustrated with not being further along, or looking at other women and seeing where they are in their lives and thinking, you know, what have I been doing wrong? Why can't I get my stuff together? You know, why is this taking so long? Am I going to make it? You know, it can come up in several different ways. But at the end of the day, that is the fear, is that I am 37 years old, or whatever, however old you are, and I should be further along by now, right? So how many times have you, I do this often, so maybe you do too, I think back to my earlier years, right? When I was 20, 25, even 30. And I remember some of the goals that I had back then. I remember just having this drive to want to be, to want to have this like amazing career and, a great paying career and a career that I could retire in, right? Like that was my ultimate goal. Like coming out of college, I got my bachelor's degree, and then I went on a few years later to get my master's degree. And throughout that whole time, my goal was to find a career that I loved so that I could put all of myself into it, and then, that be the career that I stay at for the next, 30 years of my life and retire from that career, right? But here's a funny thing that happens. As you get older, your the things that are important to you change, right? The things that you once wanted when you were at a certain age are no longer the same thing that you may want now, right? Because since that time, I've gotten married, I've had a child, I've become a stepmother, so all these things have changed, right? And so that has changed and really made my values come to the surface. And it forced me to kind of get really honest with myself. So here's what I want to speak to on this here is that, number one, if this is you and you feel like you're just like, wow, I should be further along than where I am right now, I want to invite you to shift your focus a little bit. Stop focusing on how far you have yet to go. And I want you to look back. Hey, everybody, how are you? And I want you to look back on what it is that you have already accomplished. This is an exercise that I did for myself, and I did it around helping me really tap into the value that I bring to my work, but it will work in this instance too, because what I did is I sat down and I wrote down everything that I accomplished in my life. This has been like several years ago now, but I wrote out everything that I accomplished, everything that I did well at. I wrote it down. Certifications that I received from work, I wrote it down. If I had, great, work appraisals or whatever they call them, what do they call them? Like the employee feedback, things that they give you like once a year or once every 6 months. If I had a good one, I would write that down. So I literally just wrote down like all of my wins for my life. And so when I looked at that, it helped me to really incorporate and own the value that I bring to the work that I do now as a mindset strategist. But at the same time, it also shows me, and it can show you, how far you've actually come, right? We can get so caught up in our dreams around where we want to go and what we want to create that we can forget how far we've actually already come, right? And so it's just a shift in your mind to looking at what's already happened. Because you'd be surprised at what can be accomplished in your life in 6 months, in 12 months, right? And so the other part of this too is you've got to give your past self some grace, right? Because here's the thing. You are of a certain age, whatever age that you are right now, and you're like, oh, I should be further along by now. But listen, the you that was from 5 years ago or 10 years ago or 15 years ago or 20 years ago did not have the same, mental capabilities as you do now. And what I mean by that is you didn't have the experience then that you have now, right? So your mind now is thinking, oh my gosh, I should be so much further because I know this and I know this and I know this. But the woman or the girl that's 5 years in the past or 10 years in the past or whatever didn't have the same insights that you have now. And so one of the things that I also invite you to do, the second thing I invite you to do is to forgive yourself some grace and some forgiveness. Because I think, if you're like me, I'm very ambitious and driven and high achieving. And if you're that kind of woman who's ambitious, you're driven, you're high achieving, which I believe you are if you're watching this, you're always wanting to better yourself. Then you can tend to be really hard on yourself and beat yourself up because you didn't work hard enough, because you didn't focus hard enough, because you weren't clear like you needed to be, you weren't writing down your goals like you should have, you know, all this stuff will go in your mind and you beat yourself up about it. And the reality of it is that that does nothing to move you forward from where you are now. Which brings me to my next point. If you stay in the mindset of, oh my gosh, I should be further along than where I am, I should have accomplished this by now, you know, look at Tracy over here, she's accomplished XYZ, look at my friend Amy over here, she's accomplished blah, 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 blah. What have I been doing, right? If that is your mindset, then you're stuck in a mindset of scarcity and lack, because you are believing that you are without something. You are in a space of want. And because of this beautiful universe that we live in, and because of the universal laws that are in place all the time, working regardless whether we are conscious of them or not, when you're in that space, you are continuing to create the same exact thing. You are saying to God, you are saying to universe, I don't have enough, 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 there's not enough, there's not enough. That's what you're saying over and over again by being in that headspace and emotional space of, why hasn't this happened yet? I should be further along, you know, that's what you're saying to the universe. And what you put out, you get back, correct? So if you are putting that out, if you're constantly putting out that energy of frustration and I'm not happy with where I'm at right now and things should be different for me and I should be further along and all these things, then you're just going to keep getting back experiences into your personal experience that reflect what you're putting out, right? So that's why I said in the beginning to really look at what you've already accomplished and expressing gratitude for that, right? And really realizing that you have done so much already and focusing on what you've already done so that you can then, so your mind can then look forward and create more of what you want, right? And here's the last piece that I want to tap on here a little bit, because I'm not going to stay on here long, but I want to touch on this, is that the truth of the matter is that you're a human being and you are created for growth and evolution, right? So you're always going to be growing. You're always going to be evolving, which means that thing that you are chasing, that you feel like you've missed out on, or that you feel like you haven't created yet, is always going to be out in front of you, right? Because as you grow and as you evolve and you go to these next levels, you're going to get to that place that you wanted to be at 2 years ago. But now that you're at that place, you're seeing things differently. You've got new perspective on your goals and your dreams. You've got, you know, a new way of doing things and looking at things. And you're going to be saying then, oh, why am I not there yet? Why am I not there yet? You know, I should be further along. I should be further along. You're where you are supposed to be right now. Where you are right now is where you're supposed to be right now. And I know that can be an easy thing to block and just say, oh, whatever. Because I've done it, right? When people have told me, Kendra, you're where you are right now is perfect. I didn't want to hear that. Right? I didn't want to hear that. I'm like, no, this is not perfect because I should be here and here and here. And I would go all into my little, tangent. But what was I doing? Creating more of the same. But when you can learn to just lean back and embrace exactly where you are right now, you then create an opportunity for yourself to propel forward into the type of woman that you want to be. But when you stay stuck in the mindset of why hasn't happened yet, I should be further along, so-and-so over there is doing great, she's doing this person's doing that, what about me? Why isn't it happening for me? When you're in that space, you just keep creating from that space, okay? So to create from a different space of actually, seeing your dreams fulfilled and stepping into action towards creating your goals, to get to that place, you've got to start thinking about the fact that you live in a sea of abundance right now, right? That every opportunity that you desire is available to you. Yes, it will require some work. Yes, it's going to require you to be intentional and focused and on purpose. But can you do that? Absolutely, you can do that. But when you're in this headspace over here that's stuck in, why isn't it happening? I should be further along. You know, these people are doing this and I'm not doing it. You're not able to see that. You're not able to see the fact that you can create change right now. And it doesn't take a whole lot of effort and work to create the shift, to put yourself in a place where you can experience the opportunities and have the opportunities come forth to you. It does not take a whole bunch of work. It simply takes your willingness to see things differently, and your willingness to show up in a different way, your willingness to let go of this voice that says, oh my gosh, you should be further along by now, right? To just let it go and say, okay, but where am I going to go now? Right? Because see, again, saying I should be further along by now is stuck in the past. Because you're looking at where you are, which where you are is a product of is a product of the woman that you were yesterday and the day before and the year before and 5 years before, right? It's a product of your past. So all you have is the now moment to be able to create something that will influence your future moment, right? I hope that makes sense. But that puts you in a place of power. Put you in the position of power to start creating the life that you desire. You're a creator, my love, right? You're a creator. You're a woman, right? And if you're a man watching this, I'm sorry, I'm talking to my ladies right here, but you are a woman. You were designed to create, right? You were designed to create and to bring life into the world. And so you're also designed to create the life that you desire. So what I will leave you with is this. What do you want to create from this point forward? What do you want to create? This is something that I, write down in my journal often. I'll ask myself, Kendra, what do you want? What do you want your life to look like? Like today, I just wrote in present tense, the woman that I am, the business that I have, the family that I have, the fact that I get to travel all around the world and that, I get to impact the lives of thousands of women, hundreds and thousands of women around the world, and I'm influential and powerful. So I was writing out all that I am. Right now, I may not be all of those things right now, but I am creating that future self. But you can only create that future self in your present moment. Okay? So I hope that, this brought some clarity. Hey, Danetta, I see that you're on here. How are you? I hope that brought some clarity and some, shift in perspective for you to honor where you are right now, to honor where you have been, to honor all that you've accomplished up until this point, and to now take back your power and begin creating and weaving together the woman that you desire to be, right? Through purpose and intention. And it's shifting that mind, all right? It's shifting that mind towards abundance. Because remember, being stuck over here saying, oh my gosh, why am I not further along, is a state of lack. It's a state of scarcity. It's a state of want. And when you're in that want energy, you are not available to receive, believe it or not, right? Your mind might make you think, oh, if I want this bad enough, then it's going to come to me. No. See, you've got to match what it is that you desire to have, right? So if you desire to have something and you step into this energy of, oh, I already have it, then you're not going to be in a space of want. You're going to be in a space of gratitude and excitement and joy and bliss because, oh my gosh, you've created it and it's here. So I encourage you to work on that on a daily basis, to work on your vibration and your energy and your mindset around being in a space of already being where you want to be, already being the woman that you want to be, right? And you do that by, doing what I suggested before is, writing out the woman that you are, right? And stepping into that woman every single day through your actions, through the way that you think and through the way that you speak, through the way that you show up. All right? Okay, perfect. Thank you all so much for being here. I'm going to hop off of here now. And listen, if you are serious about going to your next level in your life, your career, your business, whatever it is for you, and you need that support to help you gain the clarity and the confidence that you need to being on purpose and in purpose, that is my expertise. That's what I do as a mindset strategist. So I would love to chat with you. We can book a no-cost 30-minute consultation, and I can help you get clear on your goals, help you get clear on what it is that's sitting in your way, and if we would be a good fit to work together, okay? So I'll leave that link for you if you want to sign up for one of those calls, and I will talk to you again soon. I'll see you tomorrow. All right, bye.